Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Kol Ami. We're so excited to have you here to celebrate Shabbat with us this evening. My name, for those who I haven't met yet, is Barry Lutz. I'm the interim rabbi here at Kol Ami, and excited to welcome you all here to join with us. If you're joining us here, joining us online, welcome to you as well. We invite you into our sanctuary and hope that you find this a meaningful entry into Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to begin tonight with a song we did a couple of weeks ago. It's two Hebrew words, Hava Nashira, which means come, let us sing. And it is an invitation not only to sing, but to join in with the community. So Hava Nashira, come let us sing. And probably won't be a surprise to you, but the English is, come let us sing. So if you don't know, you'll catch on very quickly. Invite you to join with us. Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, let us sing. Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, let us sing. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, let us sing, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, let us sing. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira. Come let us sing, come let us sing, come let us sing, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, let us sing. Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, Hava Nashira, let us sing. So to lead us in welcoming Shabbat, kindling the Shabbat light, and sanctifying this moment with Kiddush, I invite you first to turn in your prayer books to page 120 and 121, and we're going to invite up the Open Yad Leadership Council. So if one of you turn on that microphone right there. Oh, it's on. Never mind. And share reading with us.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Those lighters stress me out.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvato v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who housed us with his vote, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner v'tzivanu Likner Shel Shabbat, Shel Shabbat. Blessed are you who commands us to kindle the light of Shabbat. If one of you would like to pick up the Kiddush cup. Join together on page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam morei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'tanu kidashta mikol Ami v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat L'chaim. Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom. On page 138 and 139 with Lechadodi, we continue to welcome. Lechadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lechadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Shamor v'zahor b'dibur echad hishmi anu el hamiluchad Adonai echad shmo echad v'shem u'tiferet v'li tehila. Lechadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lechadodi likrat b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki hi mekor habracha v'nei shvikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machlat tefila. Lechadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lechadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat. Verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'ore kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaik nihigla. Lechadodi, lechadodi, likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lechadodi likrat kalai yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat. God, I invite you to rise as we welcome Shabbat. Boi v'shalom עטרת מעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי כלה, בואי כלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. One more time. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת יללה, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. Invite you to take a moment to wish Shabbat Shalom to those sitting around you. Perhaps meet somebody new. Invite you to actually remain standing as we turn on page 146 to the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. We read together. You have the words up on the screen. The road that stretches before our feet is a challenge to the long before it tests the strength of our legs. Our destiny is run to the edge of the world, on into darkness, sure for all our blindness, strong for all our weakness, gaily and love for all the pressures on our heart. In that darkness beyond the world, we can begin to know the world and ourselves. We begin to understand that we are not made to pace out our lives behind prison walls, but to walk into the arms of God. we walk into the arms of God as we join together in the words of the Shema, which you'll find on pages 152 and 153. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. We continue with, please be seated. We'll continue with the Ve'ahavta. Reminds us of the ways in which we can bring God and God's unity into the world. Let's join together. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele Asher Anochi Mitzavecha Hayom Al Levavecha Veshinantam Levanecha V'dibarta Baham B'shivtecha B'veitecha Uvlechtecha V'derech Uv'shochbecha Uv'kumecha Ukshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, lemahan tizkeru, v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'item kadoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. Again on the screen. We praise you, O source of hope, as the defender of justice for the oppressed, as provider of bread to the hungry. For you have implanted a measure of your spirit within us, that we might be your partners in healing the wounds that afflict the human family. May we always hasten to answer your call, to bring hope to the oppressed, to bring healing to the broken, to proclaim liberty to the enslaved, freedom to those in shackles. Crushed by the yoke of slavery in Egypt, our people were delivered into the light of freedom. Now let all be free, and let them sing as Israel sang at the shore of Freedom's Sea. Tehilot Oseh Peleh Nora Tehilot Oseh Peleh Ma'utecha Ke'ayam Lifnei Moshe Miriam Eli Anu Ve'amru Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed Mi chamocha Va'elim Adonai Mi chamocha Me'edar b'kodesh. On page 162, we give thanks for the gift of Shabbat, this beautiful melody by Debbie Friedman. I think most of you know we sang last week as well. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת שבת וינפש השבת שבת וינפש שבת שבת וינפש שבת שבת וינפש. On page 164, we find words there that begin the Amidah. It's a kavanah that was added to these words, added to the prayers we were about to say. A kavanah meaning words of heartfelt intent. They were placed there to remind us about the words that we are about to say. It is our moment of personal reflection, a moment for us to speak directly to God, as it were. And so we open and actually even close, as we will, with Yehiyu L'Ratzon, with words that say, please God, let the words that come forth from my mouth be always words of praise to God. Whether it be here in the sanctuary, at work, at home, that the words that issue forth from my mouth are always words that speak of God's praise. I invite you to please rise. Adonai Sfatai Tivta Adonai Sfatai Tivta Ufi Agid תהילתך ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai svatai tivtav, Adonai svatai tivtav, ufi yagid tehilatecha, ufi yagid tehilatecha. I invite you to continue with the words on page 166 through 180, with the thoughts and meditations of your own hearts. And when you're prepared to do so, you may be seated. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני words that we find here on page 180. End the Amidah the way it started. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart always be acceptable to you, God. Wherever I find myself, whatever words come forth, may they always be acceptable to you. Yehiyu l'ratzon, imrei fi, vehegyon libi lefanecha. Yehiyu l'ratzon, imrei fi, vehegyon libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri vegoali. Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri vegoali. Yehiyu l'ratzon, imrei fi, behegyon libi lefanecha. We come to that moment in our service when we always pause to place into our hearts those in need of healing, those suffering illness of body, of mind, or spirit. We keep in our thoughts and prayers those whose names we know and those whose we don't, and pray for them all, that they may indeed find a full and complete healing. We pray this Shabbat for the healing of Aaron Aronov, Gary Ashland, Stephen Baird, Marion Barak, Butch Barrett, Michael Becker, Sophie Belsberg, Itzhak Ben Nomi, Lisa Bird, Elaine Blatt, Louise Cantrell, and Wayne Cantrell, Amy Chadwick, Bill Cohen, Bertha Coleman, Michael Dyer, Tino Felipe, Gershon Ben Samuel Vamiriam, Bernie Goldstein, Robert Greenberg, Rhonda Kaplan, Jeff Mackler, Joe Marinelli, Yeet Nakowitz, Zachary Pierce, Keith Rand, Ben Reback, Arlene Reagan, Ivan Rosenberg, Richard Ross, Myrna Salzberg, Benjamin Sculia, Enid Seelig, Lowell Selvin, Miles Sen, Karen Shanbrom, Luann Snyder, Henry Summerfield, David Suriel, Lily Sue Tyler, Stephen Valentino, David Ben Herschel Vabasha, Adam Weisbart, Rena Weishart, Gib Weinbar, Philip Windsor, Eitan Wolf, and Doug Workman. Before we join together in the words of our prayer for healing, I invite you, if there are names that you would like to share at this time, to please call out their names as well. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. are all sorts of mishaberachs. We usually associate it with healing because that's the one we say most often, but there are mishaberach just means may the one who blessed, and there are all sorts. And we come to Shabbat as we do, once a month, to what's called Shabbat Mevarchim, the blessing for a new moon. Now, those of us who are clergy members at this time of year pay particular attention to the moon, because when the next one goes, we'll all be here again for Rosh Hashanah. We come to the final month of the Jewish year, the month of Elul, and we welcome it tonight with these words of blessing. And as you get the melody, I hope you'll join with me. My God and God of my ancestors, that the coming month bring us peace, full life and blessing. May the promise of the new moon fill us with well-being. Guide us as we grow, making us complete. Now you know it. May it be your will, God, my God, and God of my ancestors, that the coming month bring us peace, full life and blessing. May the promise of your new moon fill us with well-being. Guide us as we grow, making us complete. Misha Afisim Labotenu, Misha Asanisim Leimotenu, Misha Asanisim Leimotenu, Misha Asanisim Leimotenu. So, the question of the Shabbat is, how do you distinguish good advice from bad? How do you choose among divergent opinions that all seem right? This is the difficulty that is central to this week's Torah portion called Re'eh, which means look, pay attention. It's like Shema, means listen, pay attention. With this imperative ringing in our ears, the very first word of this week's Torah portion, we read a warning that Moses issues to our ancient ancestors. And of course, every time Moses issues a warning to our ancient ancestors, Moses is issuing that same warning to us as well. To avoid being taken in by false prophets. PH, not F. Never mind. Okay. Anyway, yeah, okay. Look. It says, look, yeah, okay, now you're getting it. Okay, that's right. We read, Re'eh, look, pay attention, and further on, if there appears among you a prophet who gives you a sign or a portent, saying, let us follow the worship of another God, whom you have not experienced, even if the sign or portent named comes true, do not follow the words of that prophet, for the eternal your God is testing you to see whether you really love God with all your heart and all your soul. So, okay, that's all well and good. But how are we to distinguish? The problem actually is evident in the text itself. It says, if there appears before you a prophet. Moses doesn't say if there appears before you a false prophet, just a prophet. The distinguishing feature, according to Moses, is that the false prophet is the one who says, let's go worship another god. If only it were that easy. Unfortunately, false prophets never so obviously advertise themselves. Instead, we find ourselves drawn in with all sorts of incentives and promises that entice us to their worship. It's easy enough to identify some of them: money, fame, popularity, power. And I'm sure you can think of many others that personally beckon you to their worship. So how do we distinguish that which is false from real? Often all we can really do is rely on something that calls to us from here, from deep inside ourselves. Call it intuition. I might call it God. Re'eh, our portion begins. Look. Our portion begins with those words followed closely by listen. Shema, pay attention. See that I have set before you today blessing and curse. Blessing if you listen, and curse if you do not. 18 times, this Shabbat's portion calls us to attend to God's purpose by urging us to direct ourselves to God's place. In Hebrew, the word is makom, hamakom. We are encouraged to direct our attention to the makom. But more than that, as is made clear, it is not only that God is to be found in that place, it can only be found in that place. It is that place is God, God's self. Hamakom is not just the place of God, it is God. 18 times our portion reminds us of this idea. I'm sure that number has not escaped many of your notice. 18 times. After all, 18 is the numeric expression of chai, of life. The message could not be more clear. There is life to be found in paying attention to hamakom, to paying attention to God's place. So just where is that place, after all? Well, of course, for our ancient Israelites, that place was Jerusalem. For us, it might be this place right here. But there is another equally, if not more significant place. Life, blessing, is to be found in paying heed to God's place here, within us. We are reminded of this place each time we say, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha. Love Adonai your God with all your heart, your soul, and your being. We are to focus all of our heart, our soul, our being, in order to create within us a mikdash me'at, a small sanctuary, a place for God to reside within us. We read, look only to the place that the Eternal will choose. Well, God chooses each of us. But it is upon us to recognize that and choose back. Earlier in Deuteronomy, we read, you will find the Eternal your God only if you seek with all your heart and soul. And further on, in Deuteronomy, just prior to Rosh Hashanah, and again on Yom Kippur morning, we will read, surely this Torah is not too baffling for you, nor is it beyond your reach, no, it is very close to you, in your mouth and in your heart. This is our makom. And it is in carefully attending to the divine voice that issues forth from within each of us, from this place, that we have our best chance to distinguish between that which is true and that which is false. Over these next few weeks, as we approach the new year, we are called to pay particular attention to ha-makom, that place of God's presence within us. In truth, we are too often led astray. It's not our fault that we're led astray. We need to leave. Okay, that's okay. So we're going to quietly make our way out.